So it isn't just Cowboy fans who are delusional about their quarterback. Brothers, it is October 18th, 2020. Of course, I watched the Eagles Ravens game because I pay attention to the division. I pay attention to all that shit. So even though the Cowboys didn't play today, we play tomorrow. Even though we didn't play today, there was still plenty of good football to watch. I don't know what Eagle fans were looking at. I'm looking at a lot. I'm looking at YouTube from these YouTube content creators. I'm looking at comment sections. And you know what's crazy is that Eagles fans are just as bad as Cowboy fans when it comes to blaming everything else but the quarterback. And what's different about Philly's situation is they gave their quarterback $100 million. They paid him big money. So if you pay him big money, you expect for him to lift your team out of shit. But they're 1-4-1. Brothers, Philadelphia Eagle fans coming around saying shit like, Carson Wentz played great. He carried the team on his back. I'm like, bro, what? Carson Wentz had a QB rating of 58.3 through the first 3 quarters. And if it wasn't for Baltimore taking all those stupid fucking penalties, this wouldn't have even been a game. The offense, the team didn't even start like moving until Jalen Hurts came in and started running around. And Jalen Hurts was impressive, by the way, for the snaps that he was in. He was impressive. Carson Wentz taking sack after sack after sack, turnover machine just like Dak. I don't understand why so many fans out here can't diagnose the problem. Of course, the Philadelphia Eagles are just like the Cowboys. Their whole team is garbage. Defense is not that great for Philly. Of course, the offense stinks it up. Carson Wentz isn't that great. Similar to the Cowboys situation. The only difference is Dak Prescott shouldn't have had any excuses because he has a lot more weapons than Carson Wentz. So he doesn't have any fucking excuses. At least Carson Wentz can say, hey, my main guy is Fulgham. Some no-name guy who just showed up out of nowhere against the Steelers last week. That's pretty much all I got. At least Carson can say that. But brothers, even if Carson Wentz had some weapons, I don't see it being that much different. I honestly don't. I think these 2016 quarterbacks, Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, and Dak Prescott, I think they're all vastly overrated. And I think people need to start evaluating them with an objective lens. Because all 3 of them, they ain't it. They ain't it. And when I'm seeing these comment sections of all these people taking up for Carson Wentz, I'm like, what? Nick Foles is 5-1. I hope you know that. Nick Foles is 5-1. Carson Wentz is 1-4-1. Now I will say this: Doug Peterson. Man, without what is that? I forgot his name that went to Indianapolis, and don't forget Mike DiFilippo. If it wasn't for those 2, Doug Peterson wouldn't have won his ring. I'm sorry. Doug Peterson is an average coach, and he makes a lot of boneheaded miscalls, misfires. I'm like, bro, what are you doing out there, Doug? What are you doing? And of course, Jim Schwartz, I don't know why the Eagles haven't fired him years ago. I don't know why he gets so much clout after the Super Bowl win in 2018, but he allowed Tom Brady to throw for 500 yards, in case y'all didn't notice that. Jim Schwartz is a fucking horrible coordinator too. I think he's better than Mike Nolan. Mike Nolan is straight up trash. But Jim Schwartz ain't that much a step ahead. He's not that much of ahead of Mike Nolan. He's not. The reason why I'm getting so incensed about this is because fans are not really diagnosing the problem. Of course, coaching is a problem. The offensive line for the Eagles are a problem. I get it. They have a lot of holes on their team. But you paid Carson Wentz all of that fucking money. He's one of the top paid QBs in the league. He's already got his money. He's not in Dak's situation. He ran out like a bandit with the money. He's getting his money. But when you pay him all that money, you expect for him to elevate your team. And he's not doing that for the Philadelphia Eagles. And even EDP has fallen victim to this shit. Like, defending Carson Wentz through thick and thin. He's my quarterback. He's my quarterback. That Carson Wentz hasn't been the same since he tore his ACL against the LA Rams a couple years back during that Super Bowl run. He hasn't been the same. He had a career-altering injury. Since that injury, he has not been the same. That year, he was on pace for MVP. People were rightfully comparing him to Aaron Rodgers, comparing him to the elite quarterbacks that year. And he deserved it. But since that career-altering injury against the Rams, he hasn't been the same. And I don't know why Philadelphia Eagle fans won't call this shit out. You paid him all of that money to elevate your team, and you're 1-4-1. Just like Dak Prescott. We were about to make a huge mistake in paying him, and he wasn't doing shit for us. Everybody likes to blame the defense, this, coaching, this, everything. But at the end of the day, you pay a quarterback to elevate your team, to mask holes within your team. When you pay him big money, if you want a quarterback that can just manage the game, don't make too many mistakes, get a Ryan Tannehill. Get a Baker Mayfield. Get a second-tier quarterback where you don't have to pay him the big bucks. When you pay a quarterback the big bucks like Carson Wentz and Jared Goff, you expect for them to play like Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. That's what you expect. But they're not playing like that. And no one is coming out and saying this shit. The Philadelphia Eagles have a huge problem. They paid Carson Wentz. At least we avoided the trap with Dak Prescott. If Dak Prescott wants to play this shit, he wants all the money, bye. If you come back with a friendly deal or you out. Let's see what Andy Dalton can do. Let's see if we do suck this year. If Andy Dalton sucks and we finish with an incredibly losing record, let's see what we can get in the draft. But the Philadelphia Eagle fans, brothers, let me remind you, Carson Wentz had a 58.3 QB rating through the first 3 quarters. That is not putting a team on your back. And if you put a team on your back, you're supposed to get the W. He didn't win today. It was almost similar to the Cowboys against Cleveland. Everybody's like, oh, Cowboys had a chance. Cowboys never had a chance. The Eagles never had a chance. I guarantee you, even if they would have tied the game up with the 2-point conversion, Lamar Jackson would have ran down the field and they would have won the game. I guarantee you. The late game heroics from Dak and Carson Wentz are overinflated. And no one is willing to call it out.